Of course, I'm starting this stoned. It is currently, what's the time? It is 10:46 on, my God, what day is it? I don't know what the date is. So it is 10:46 on Saturday, I want to say 16th of September. Tomorrow is the auditions for Miss Western Cape Miss Sovereign Western Cape. My gosh, I don't even know the damn pageant's name. And I'm thinking of auditioning. My personal opinions about MSWC keep changing their name to Miss Sovereign. It's good that the brand is moving forward, but I also feel like I feel like they need a reboot. And I feel like even if I don't win, because I'm not going to walk, I'm going to compete, trust me. But if I walk then and not win, I might as well make a statement. It's going to be a sacrifice of time and money that I don't have. But I feel like for the cause and for the purpose of contributing to the culture of drag in Cape Town, I think I'd like to participate. To be honest, I'm not doing this just to be quiet. My first experience with drag was a Miss Gay Western Cape pageant. It was the first time I saw drag for the first time. I never had Drag Race, or that came afterwards, but like that wasn't my initial introduction to drag. I learned what drag was by going to one of these pageants. I became obsessed with like queerness and Cape Town queerness specifically, and the culture of being queer here, and I realized how big a role drag has played. It was very interesting for me to then go and experience drag in my own city. I was at 0 to 1 as a 15-year-old watching the drag queens on stage. Like, that was where I come from. Pageant queens were walking in with their sashes and their crowns, and people were so respectful towards them. This is the type of things I saw growing up. And that still kind of is in me. I think I'll always have like a respect for drag from that time. I used to download all the videos from YouTube. Glitter Boys and Ganglands, the documentary I watched. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that documentary. I've watched so many of the Miss Gay Western Cape videos. I started doing drag. Those were the resources I looked to. I would follow up on who the queens were each year. I can probably still tell you who each queen is up till about 2017, 2018, because I don't know a lot about that time in my life, but I think that's because I was doing drag at the time. So yeah, but that's a story for another day. Then I started doing drag, and I started doing drag pageants, and I did I didn't fart, I promise you. It's my chair. Of course I can't make the sound again. I will own up to a fart, bitch. Before I started performing, I was actually doing pageants. September 2016, I had Dancing with the Queens. That was the first time I ever stepped out as inappropriate. So that was her birth. But I didn't step onto a stage for another 2 years. Between that time, I partook in, I think, 4 pageants, 4 or 5. On Spence. Ow! That's my toe, Kingsley. There's Kingsley. So, yeah, that was, Kingsley, don't sit in front of the camera. Oh, he's gonna sit there. The first pageant I did was Miss Gay Ambassador, and that one, I don't even remember why I decided to do it. I just was like, you know what, let me try pageants. Let me take drag. Because at that point, I was just doing makeup and going to the club in drag. So at that point, people started, asking who the fuck this bitch is. And inappropriate kind of like started getting known in the scene. And I was like, you know what, let me throw my hat into a pageant. Let's see how that plays out for me. I knew then that the girls are very serious about this. People are spending money on their dresses, and at the time I knew I was a broke bitch. I was basically only living off like 6,000 rand a month. That was just from NSFAS actually. That was my funding for university. That was my allowance. I was supposed to use it for rent and things like that. So I did not have money. That's the point. I never had money. Some things just was bigger than what I imagined and not achievable. So we made do. That was my start with drag pageants. And yeah, I got automatic finalist entry into Miss Gay Western Cape.
Hi, it's Wade here in Edit Girl. I forgot to mention that I was actually just speaking about the first pageant I ever did, which was Miss Ambassador. But I did release a video on TikTok a while ago about that pageant. So go check out the fuller version of the description of the pageant there. But basically, I'm saying I didn't place at Miss Ambassador, but I did get automatic finalist entry. So let's pick up from there.
So that was a big deal for me. I don't think people understand. Like, I am very serious about drag. Yeah, obviously. It's a lovely art form, and I'm grateful to be able to call myself an artist in the art form. But drag itself has always been a personal experience for me. Did not know that I was as creative as I was or as innovative as I was and am. Let's say am, until I was able to like do it with drag. Does that make sense? Drag really opened up my eyes to my artistry and what it is I enjoy doing and how I can use all of this that goes on in here sometimes and make a practical, tangible product that, although may not be what I want it to be, can be a version of that that I'm happy with to present. So that's almost always how I've treated drag. It was the best that I could do at the time. But yeah, but those memories are still very strong, and I know exactly how I felt in those moments. So it was a big deal for me. It was a big deal to be selected as a finalist. Mind you, the years before that, I used to take my mom to go and watch Miss Gay Western Cape with me. That was 2014, I think, at the Baxter. I took my mom to go watch it with me because it was something I enjoyed so much. I wanted to share it with her. And yeah, I was just a student at the time. That's all I was. I had no money, no nothing. And I made do. I wanted to be involved and I threw myself into it. So a lot of people don't know that. So I'm here to tell my own story and my own history. Miss Gay Western Cape is wild. I actually have like a hour long vlog moment that hopefully can be recovered from my hard drive that I would like to post and share. So I'm not going to explain Miss Gay Western Cape just yet. We'll do another follow video up on my Miss Gay Western Cape experience. So let's do that then. And then the pageant that I actually won, my first pageant I won was Miss Gay New Woodlands. And I honestly can't say that I cared. At that point, I had dropped out fully of university. I had no funding. Retrenched. I lost my job. I had no money. Drag wasn't doing things for me anymore. It wasn't making money. Didn't make me any money. So, because I spent that money partying again, so it was just like I never ever really learned how to make money with drag. Yeah, I was low. I was down, and I saw that there was a cash prize of 1,000 rand, and I entered Risque New Woodlands because I needed the fucking money. I think I'm actually just gonna do videos on each of the pageants I participated in because I think that would be a nice breakdown. So when it comes to Miss Sovereign Western Cape, I am serious about it this time as well. I want to do it right, but I want to flip it on its head a little bit. I think I've established a strong brand, if you could call it that. I think that means that people already kind of have a perception or an idea as to what it is I'm going to present. So for the audition, I want to give them that. Let me just call them out one time, say this is what you're going to expect, but I want to do this correctly, but stay true to myself but also allow the pageant once again to give me something to learn and grow from. Last time I did Miss Gay Western Cape, I fully went in like I'm gonna change the whole system, and then I wore these things. Like I was very entitled. I wasn't cocky. I was never cocky, but I kind of always felt like I was doing a better job than other people. But I never used to put other people down because of that. Does that make sense? But at home, I would take things very personally if the people closest to me was like, oh no. And yeah, it was very rough for me to listen to people and to not take things personally. So I've come a long way. I've actually got one of the other people auditioning, Legacy Onassis. She is coming to me tomorrow to do her faces for the same audition. So I just need to make sure that I'm well rested and can be able to do two faces in that short amount of time. But at least the girl's gonna give me a lift, you know? Let's see how it goes and wish me luck. I'll vlog tomorrow. I am running very late today. I am running to Manila's place quickly in Kurud because Kat phoned me now and said I need to be prepared with an evening gown. And if you hear it from the horse's mouth herself, you better be there with the evening gown. So I'm just running to Manila quickly. And I'm gonna be so late today, I just fucking know it. Amazing. I'm vlogging again, Mus now.
Oh yeah, picnic.
Look at Manila's hair is long, guys. She's a working woman.
Yes. The thing is that when you work, you don't think of yourself. But at some point you have to.
I've never seen your hair that long.
Macy is actually from Macy. What's it? American.
Is it you know what I mean? I'm so skinny. I fit in Manila stuff. This is wild. Okay, well, baby. Guess who's late for rehearsal? For auditions, actually. Me. Naturally.
You again?
Very vlog. Look who's here. Here we go again.
Again.
Here we go again. Hi Zoe. Zoe Sana. Legacy Onassis. Kijk nou weer daar. Say salam. Alsjeblieft.
For your body.
Salam. I made my dress this morning, guys. There's so many flaws. Please, Exhibit A.
Call him out.
Exhibit A. Yes. But the show must go on. Exhibit B. Die tyd val so aan mekaar uit. Ons is nieuws op die ander vlam.
Girl, let's go. Let's just introduce the motherfuckers so that you know who's who. First up, we have Garth Arnold. Then we got Lyle over there. Next up, we have Jodie Drayden sitting there very unenthused. The bitch blowing a kiss is my good sis Larissa Gordon. And then the faint blur over there is Dylan Arashad. Okay, on with the vlog. Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna vlog this whole thing.
You should.
So I'm gonna be in everyone's conflict with this camera.
I love that.
So, just so you know, you're gonna be on candid camera the whole time. So say away. You said not teruggestaan.
Maar not terug.
Kijk dan.
Maar je ziet dus iemand zo weak. Ik denk bij jou weak vandaag ook.
Wow, no you. Het hier zo smijt, zoals het bij elkaar met pageant. Miss Cox, if you nasty. Johnny, come muscle.
Okay, thank you everybody. And then we'll start rehearsals from next week. Alright, you ready? So next week we'll start with me here at 0 to 1. Obviously Roberto, one of our big sponsors always.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gary, are you excited? It's
Very.
2023. This is year what? Year 14.
Oh, from 2009 to, yeah, 14
Yeah,
years.
14.
Obviously with a little bit of the COVID bag.
yeah.
The COVID break.
But here we go.
Batavia is no April. It's Poochie.
Hi. Sorry, Kingsley. So I did the audition yesterday. I'm still very tired. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I woke up earlier than I anticipated today, but we are here. We are alive. Had a good time. I was extremely fucking nervous. And I don't understand why, because I don't often get nervous. Even some of the contestants were like, this is weird to see me nervous. I was like, girl, I'm nervous all the time. I just hide it very well. But yesterday I couldn't hide it. I was like so quiet to myself. I couldn't even crack a joke. Look at Kingsley making an appearance. You also want to be in the video? I didn't take too much videos yesterday because, to be honest, I was in such a rush with having to make this like final last minute decision, and I had to rush to Goodwood so that I can go and borrow some of Manila's things because I don't have any gowns. I phoned Kath and she said that you are aware that it's evening gown, right? So that was sorted out. Manila helped me with that, and I felt so fucking pretty. I mean, look, like, I don't always like do drag that's like polished or like every single detail is in its place. Like, I don't always do that. So it was very like refreshing, if I'm gonna be honest. It was exciting to, because I felt so pretty. I felt like myself. I looked different, but I still felt like, and it felt safe. Does that make sense? Especially when you're like an artist, you're very defensive. Well, not defensive, you're protective over your work and what it is that you've created. So stepping outside of anything that you're comfortable with is a very daunting task. So I was happy that I could step out of it, but still be. And I think that's just because I might have a better realization as to who I am now. It's more internal than it is external. Girl, why the fuck did my alarm go off at 8? Fuck. Anyways, so yeah, that's exactly what I also portrayed, because we had to ramp, like, and I introduced myself, and Imogen looked very proud to see me, because the last time I did Miss Sovereign, formerly known as Miss Gay Western Cape, I think I'll call it Miss Sovereign from now onwards, just to get myself also in the mindset. Last time I did it with Imogen, the year Imogen won, and that was 2017, so she could see how much has changed. I think everyone could see, because I'm not necessarily a pageant girl, but I think the pageant girls were happy to see me step into that style and space, and not trying to disrupt on purpose. But the point is, I'm very proud of myself for yesterday. I've got so much to learn. Like, a lot of the queens reached out, like Belinda reached out to say that she's there to help me, and I'm going to try and utilize every single resource. I just farted, what the fuck? Might as well get it out. I also didn't realize, fun fact, that a lot of people actually felt very positively about my participation in Miss Drag South Africa. Because even Destiny Divine said that she can still remember like the gown I was wearing. A lot of people still remember that, and that's funny because that was the first gown I've ever like made. I made my Miss Gay Western Cape one in 2017, but that was a hot glue and it was already like a base dress, so I didn't do that from scratch. Yeah, I didn't realize people actually like that so much. And the funny thing is, actually, let me just put this in the vlog because this is very true. I spoke to Maxine like years ago about that dress. To Maxine and I think Mornay, MJ. And we sat there and I asked them about their opinion on that dress and that gown, and they ripped me to shreds. Girl, I was sitting there crying because they didn't like my dress. They said they hated it. And just to put it into perspective, because I'm going to be completely transparent in this fucking vlogs. I don't know if the intention, I don't want to decide other people's intentions, but I forget often that some people will not like things, but other people will. And that's okay, because it's been how many years since that pageant? Like 4 or 5 years? And people are still remembering that gown specifically, it must have made an impact to some people. So yeah, for years I allowed myself to like feel cuck about that dress because of two other people's comments. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a journey. This is gonna be such an experience, and I am going to try and be as transparent as I can in this vlog so that you guys can share in that experience with me. And yeah, see what goes into my process, my creative process, and also how I tackle the unknown. Because yeah, I'm very excited, but I'm extremely nervous. I really want to compete and I want to win. The work begins today, and I'm gonna fucking have to start with cleaning up this motherfucker because goddamn. Hi, I have an update. Why is my camera so terrible? Anyway, I'm just gonna do the best. I think it's the lighting, but I think I finally penned my first initial idea and plan for my themed wear. So the theme this year is Time to Bloom. This is the sketch I came up with. It looks a bit of a mess, but I want to wear my pleaser boots, and I think I just want like a bodysuit vibe, and I want like an extravagant chest piece. My inspiration, I don't know why, but the first time I heard bloom, obviously my mind went to flowers, but I'm not a huge flower person, so that's not gonna make sense for me. And also there's another way to interpret it in terms of, in terms of personal growth and change over time. I'm not a huge flower person, so I am going to be a tree. I'm a very spiritual person in that sorry, I was reading a message. I'm a very spiritual person in that like I believe in nature, and I like spiritual elements that links across religions and cultures and folklore and stuff like that, and the tree of life is a big symbol for that. I'm not one of those people that's gonna get the tree of life tattooed on me, but I figured my version of the tree of life is me. The tree of life represents the cycle of life, living, dying. You know, it's a lot that can be interpreted from the tree of life, and to me it's symbolic of death and rebirth of different versions of myself. I feel like I've gone through so many changes over the years, and I often look back and don't recognize my old self, and that's because that self has died in a sense, not in a dark way, but like I'm still that person, but I'm a new person entirely every couple of years. Even just pictures of myself as a boy, out of drag and all of those things, I always find myself changing often, and living different versions of Wade. But I've also found that in drag, I live different versions of Inner, and I feel like as a whole, I'm ready to like kind of like ground myself a little bit more in who I am, because I'm finally starting to realize who that is. For the headpiece, I low-key want to do a doek, because when I started doing drag, I couldn't afford wigs, and I used to wear doeka all the time. So I want to pay homage to where I begin, where I've come from, and how far I've come. And I want the headpiece to be a massive like tree structure with like, I don't know, that's just where my mind is going now. I don't know if this design will change. It will probably be altered a little bit, but this so far is what I'm going with. I'm also trying to work within my budget, because I do not have money to have massive things made. And I was also thinking of making like a coat cover up, but I feel like there's no purpose for that just yet. So I think, yeah, because in my mind, the themed way is judged individually, so I have an opportunity to explain my concept and what I take from the theme, so that will be marked individually, but I'm not sure if it will read to the people in the audience. So even though this is just a simple bodysuit and the headpiece will probably be the biggest part of it, I do feel like I might need one other element, and that I'm still going to play around with a little bit. So that's just one update so far. This is how much work I've gotten done in 2 days, 3 days. But yeah, I've got other shit going on in my life, so I just need to stay focused. But yeah, that's my first draft for my themed wear.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days, bro. Yesterday was a wild ride because I was supposed to attend Pistova. Congratulations, Valentino. I'm so fucking happy and proud that this is how you're entering into the scene in terms of drag. And you made your statement, girl. You earned it. I'm very proud of you. So welcome to the girls. Because now eyes are on you. But I had to work at Beefcakes last night, and what a fucking amazing time. I slept like shit though. My neck is so stiff. Anyways, rehearsals now this morning. My neck is sore, my back is sore, my feet are sore. Oh my god. I'm gonna try not to complain all day about it, but yeah. So why did I do this? I thought rehearsals at 2, 3. Actually, I thought it was at 3. I must be there at 2, at 11 o'clock. I haven't even brushed my back yet. I'm not less for this guy. I'm not less for this guy. I am done and ready for the rehearsal, and I'm also watching Miss Sovereign. Not Miss Sovereign. I'm also watching Pistova because I couldn't make it last night, and I need to know what the girls are going to be talking about today. So Valentino, I'm so proud of you, baby. And Wesley. And Berlin. The girls. I really like that Pistova was like, you know what? We're going to have like 9 people that never done this shit before. Props to the girls who's coming out. Yeah, it's 8 minutes past 1 now. I'm gonna order my Uber. It's raining though. Look at Wesley. Come through. Aisha Spice. Macy Mali. I'm kind of liking the face today. I thought my skin was gonna be like terrible today. Because yesterday my skin was very dry. But today it didn't look too bad. And at the same time, Legacy was supposed to come and do her makeup on me, but like that didn't happen. So I just got ready like so quickly. Like I'm quite surprised. Is this a new leave for me? Am I now an early queen?
Yeah, but and I was back here at 11 o'clock this morning. You were back here at 11 o'clock?
I'm early. The door's locked. And
I was here at 11 o'clock.
I'm loving it,
okay,
not me being the first one. He of all people is early, man.
Nah, you're never early, man. You're not even fucking late, dude. You're later than late.
I've gotten better about it. Your mood.
No,
I'm
bro.
not late. Everyone is early. That's the problem. Kijk hoe city girls. So sal hulle dat die moppies buite kan staan. Amaka moet ons in die reën staan en nat kry. What do you have to say about your first sovereign experience? Nat.
If you're not wait, what can you do?
Also true. Can we just discuss something quickly, Chloe?
No, for it. Oh, I look terrible. I don't have anything on my...
Yo, you kakto.
I am.
And I've got heels on. I didn't know you did Miss K Western came in 2009. 2009, bitch. Yes, with
My
Enigma.
first year. Oh, yes. That was the very first. When was Gary? We just opened again.
But you see, I came.
Yeah. Like, did you watch the video? Oh, my love. Did you watch the videos? Oh, you must watch the video. I was a mess. It was terrible. Oh, it was horrible.
I saw a snippet of the video because I think Enigma posted it, but she only posted her part on
How are you? Wat ek gesê.
But you see, I think we're gonna be the starring roles in this vlog, to be honest. Because everyone is very...
No, fuck.
But you see, no one wants to be personal.
Nobody wants to get real. See faces and smiles.
Miss Legacy,
Yes,
how are we feeling?
like death warmed up.
In a microwave or on the stove?
Oh no, in a pressure cooker. Under pressure from all sides.
But you see.
Gallery smile, man. Gallery smile. Come on, Jenna. Come on, fine. Yes. Let's fight it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Look at her. 5, 6, 7, and. Huh? 5, 6, 7, and. Yes, honey.
I love this dress she's wearing.
Fire view. At us clearly. You know that. You're gonna get home now.
You know that you go. Number 50.
Yo! Yo! Ever come here, like bit lad.
Yeah. Lights, camera.
Why only here now?
Lights, camera. Sorry.
Points will be deducted. Who goes a lad? Who goes a lad?
Because I crown my successor and I am allowed to be late.
Top 3. Come on, top 3.
And I thank
Top
you.
3. What do you
Call Edna Queen. Priority.
Kala. And uko sa tupaya.
Welcome to the after show. Rehearsals. Day 1 has finished. This is Barbie, Chloe, and this is Larissa, and this is Mo. Mo just graduated from high school. Actually, we're holding fingers crossed. Exams were written.
well.
But I'm sure you'll do well.
You'll do well.
Yes, he's a very smart fella.
Wow.
And he's candy, so he's fucking intelligent.
I mean, look at his pictures.
I mean,
Look at your Celine Dion.
Full disclosure, I honestly today for the first time felt like I don't know if I want to do this. The game has begun, man. I can feel on the girls' energies that people are like sussing everyone out. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Last time it was such a different experience. I shouldn't be comparing it to last time. A lot has changed. But at the same time, I just don't know if I've listened. I'm just thinking about all the work that actually goes into a pageant because I didn't think of that. There's not a lot of time or money ahead of me. So, was I smart to make this decision? I know that my biggest kink in my armor is not asking for help. I'm gonna try. Listen, I love this organization and I love the pageant system, but this cuck of coming to rehearsals in drag every Sunday needs to stop. Needs to stop. I don't know, it was fun, it was cute, it was a nice warm-up, icebreaker, and then we did the obvious stuff. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. It's week one. I'm in two minds this week about was this the proper decision to do? Because technically this is week one, the end of week one. As we enter week two, what have I accomplished? Firstly, I feel like I know what to work on with runways. I'm gonna have to think carefully about what kind of shoes I'm gonna wear for each of them, because I would like to practice in the shoe that I will be wearing per category. So I kind of have to sit tonight and put pen to paper in terms of my ideas so that I have an idea at least. And then also plan B, just in case time or money or something becomes an issue. What is the easiest and cheapest thing to do? So that's where my brain is going. Spoke to some of the guys today. Mo is 19 years old. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, that's brave to like do such a big pageant. I'm glad that people are getting younger and younger and throwing themselves into these things, which means the culture is still there, the tradition is still there. There are still people looking for a space, and these pageants are still providing that space for them. And for us in general, I don't know, maybe I was a little bit in competitive mode, but I just got distracted by a lot today. So yeah, I also don't want to be a complete cunt and just like this bitch just threw my ring on the floor. Are you proud of yourself, Kingsley? Kingsley, are you proud of yourself now? Wait, let me actually just remove my makeup because I'm sure you don't want to just hear me talk all the time. Let me just do something productive. Where's my coconut oil? Larissa actually asked me a really good question today. She was like, are you gonna do inner dust pageant or are you gonna do like... Share the contrast, girl. Let it come to me. Are you gonna pull a stunt to like disrupt things in that way? Or are you going to participate and bring your unique style to the pageant? Does that make sense? I want to pay respect to pageantry, but in my way. I want to do the over-the-top stuff, but like within the realm of pageantry. I don't want to like come there and like have my whole cookout during evening wear. You know what I mean? That's not the gig. There's a lot on my mind and on my plate in terms of sorting my life out. So things are like moving, but they're not moving at a pace where I feel very comfortable. So I'm not even using the fucking micellar water. No wonder my face is burning. I'm realizing like my brain just doesn't know what peace is. I want to do all of these things, but I don't put it like on and schedule it and stick to that schedule. Like, where's the discipline, bro? Like, that's what's frustrating me also about myself in this whole thing. But the spirits are a little bit low today, let's just say that. Yeah, I just need to figure out a few things and see where this is going. Also, another thought, I could just be tired. Like, I've been busy for the past 3 days and it's been a while since I've been that consistently busy. Oh, yo, bing! But let me get to it. I probably need to rest eventually.